Good evening! It's the weekend, which means it is time for the long dark. Goody! Now, I have been playing a bit of Sheltered recently, which is another post-apocalyptic type game. So as a consequence, it will take a few moments to figure out where my long dark game actually is in my Steam library. Yeah, Shelter's not bad. It's another Kickstarter game, and I didn't much care for the alphas, but now that it's released, it's actually not bad. It doesn't hold a candle to the long dark, though. Now, let's get in here. There we go. So, what we'll be doing is just jumping back into our challenge as we continue our ascent of Timberwolf Mountain to hopefully get tons and tons of supplies so we can start trekking it all back to the coastal highway. One thing at a time. And we're apparently starving. Yeah. Good thing we have some food. Don't know why I have all this weight on me, though. Where's all this weight coming from? Oh, I'm carrying the rope. That'd explain it. So we don't need cured leather. Don't need all these mushrooms. Don't need those either. Always good to reduce your weight as much as you can. Especially when you're going climbing. Which is exactly what we're going to do. Because we're in a situation where if we don't start climbing soon, we're basically completely boned. Ooh, a hatchet. I'll leave that there for now. Wait, how are we still tired? Oh, if we're tired, we should probably take a nap. Otherwise, we're going nowhere fast. Hopefully 3 hours will be enough to get some stamina back. One of the downsides with the... Ooh, that's going to be tight. With the newer updates, one of the things they were trying to do was discourage players from just staying indoors indefinitely. And how Hinterlands sought to achieve that was by giving you penalties if you stayed indoors too long.
Right now.
Ah, you're fine. Now, as an unintended consequence of that, is things that used to be, is that you can no longer sleep unless you're basically exhausted. Which doesn't happen all the time. So now what happens is you get really tired really fast and it takes a long time to get your stamina back up because the game has been rebalanced. I hope that's not a wolf over there. It is a wolf over there. He's eating a rabbit. I can't remember if I... Or is that a wolf? I think that's a wolf. Can't remember if I looted this yet. Yep. So since I'm fairly certain that's a wolf, I'm going to take the long way around. So as an unintended consequence of that, the game was rebalanced so that approximately, there's another wolf over there. Oh, for crying out loud. The game was rebalanced so that approximately 10-ish in-game hours of average activity will leave you with 0 stamina left. But as a downside to that, if you, say, sprint or carry more than 30 kilos, you basically are completely exhausted while there's still lots and lots of game time left. And then in order to get that back, you have to sleep for about 8 or 9 continuous hours. So it's basically put a damper on how people play. Darn it. Let's see if I can scare him off. See if I can scare him off. I was hoping not to have to waste the flare because I'm going to wind up dropping it. As soon as we go to climb this, well, since I lit the flare, let's just go up the river, because that way we'll use less energy overall. There's a wolf here somewhere. Don't know where. Go away, you. Do love the new audio cues they put in. Yeah, since we already wasted a flare, let's yeah. Because if we can walk up the river, then we'll avoid having to climb the ropes and we'll save some stamina. That wolf is stalking me. Now the stalking mechanic is a nice addition they made to the game. Makes wolf behavior much more realistic. Must have gone scared of me. But yeah, the whole you're exhausted. Like, it's... I'm not a game developer, so obviously I'm not an expert on this. But it's unfortunate when there's so many variables in a video game that as soon as you try adjusting one, things start rapidly cascading beyond your control. Because it's like, oh, okay, players are inside too much. We'll add a health effect if you stay inside too long, and we'll tune the how stamina works in order to allow players to play normally. And instead of that working, it's basically done the opposite. You can still, the exploit they're trying to fix, you can still do, unfortunately. Okay, there's no rope there yet, but so far so good. The exploit they're trying to fix you can still do, if you know what you're doing. So that's unfortunate, and normal players who weren't using the exploit or used it minimally, were punished more than the players who were using it. So it's like, It's a mechanic that basically the mechanic they added was cabin fever. So if you stay inside for too many consecutive hours without needing without being low on health, so that you're inside trying to heal, for instance, then you get cabin fever, which makes it basically forces you to go outside before you start healing normally again. Which is an interesting mechanic, and it's a good mechanic to have. It's just, I can't remember if I can get up here or not. Because there's a bear down there that I would rather avoid. Yes. Aha! Rock climbing. Because you can scare off a bear with a flare. I'd rather not, though. Especially when I'm this tired. Especially when I'm this tired. I'd rather not have to tangle with a bear. Yeah, one of the roadmap items is one of the roadmap items that are listed is seasons. So a place like this and how to get to this rope would just be so awesome with like all that area as a melted pond with like actual waterfalls and whatnot. It'll be very, very interesting when it's implemented. Okay, I think we can do it in one shot. So I hope we can, because there's no ledges for us to stop at. So basically what we have to do is climb to the top, put our rope in the shortcut area, and then we can proceed back to climbing the mountain normally. Ooh, just barely. Okay, a few seconds to get our bearings. Now usually what I do is I pick up that rope and move it to the new spot, but I decided to try... Oh, really? Go away. Don't want to get attacked. It's also my last flare, you jerk. Now see, the annoying thing is, he's afraid of me, but because it's still operating on an older version of the mechanic, it's going to run right by me, over terrain that I can't follow, and he's probably going to come back and ambush me, unfortunately. Hopefully not, but we'll see. As long as I hear him coming, it'll be okay. Yeah, see? Because the wolves can run over things that you can't, they can just pop out of nowhere if you scare them. Now that's the cave that we're going to go for our ascent, but we just gotta put down our climbing rope first. One thing at a time. We've discovered an engine. Picking up sticks because we're going to need to melt some water once we're inside. Yeah, fortunately that it's a good thing I have that supply of coffee, otherwise we'd be doomed. Doomed to die of exhaustion. Okay, that's our shortcut rope in place. It's just quite easy to get to that rope, and I've never seen a wolf or a bear near the bottom. And that gives us a nice way to bypass the scary things that are around the top. Assuming, of course, this is the route we take for climbing Timberwolf Mountain in the future. Which it probably will be. It's my favorite route, it's the one I know best. Now if we sprint, we might be able to get through the cave most of the way on this flare before it runs out. Hopefully we can get through most of the way before the flare runs out. There we go.
Got it. Eat.
Now, if I remember right, this is a cave with the sudden inexplicable drop-off, so gotta keep your eyes open. And there's the abyss. So yeah, normally I would do this with a lantern, but considering how important lantern fuel is to this challenge, we're going to try to go as far as we can on this one flare. Now the reason why I'm poking around down here is we need to find a piece of coal, preferably 2 pieces of coal. Hey dude, you don't look so good. Have any food? Food would be nice. Sweet. So yeah, it's an interesting conundrum with the challenge. It's like, what do you, by doing the Timberwolf Mountain Run, you potentially have the access to tons and tons of resources, but the trade-off is, by going up Timberwolf Mountain, you're going to burn a lot of your lantern fuel, which we need for the challenge, and we're going to burn a lot of calories, which ideally we don't want to be eating the prepackaged foods, because we need like 10 days or 20 days worth of food. Ah, there we go. Easy to get turned around in here. There's our second piece of coal. Because since we need to, well, I guess it doesn't really matter for us right now, but you need to stockpile wood as well, so burning coal doesn't count. So if you have a nice stockpile of coal, then you can save yourself resources. Now the question is, in the 3 hours we have left, can we... probably not. Ooh, it feels like -6 though. No, it's better to go inside the cave, light a fire, boil some water, and then take a nap. Okay. Campcraft. We want to burn our sticks. And hopefully this works. Come on, work. Don't go out.
That didn't work.
My sentiments exactly. Like, we have a 60% chance, so it should work.
Come on, little fire.
It's like the odds of failing 2 in a row.
That didn't work.
Nope. Let's see if we fail 3 times in a row. So failing 3 times in a row would be somewhere around like 5% chance, so 1 in 20. Because unfortunately, one thing people have noticed is with the new skill system, the new skills are great.
Okay, that didn't work.
Okay. Let's try this again. The new skill systems are great, but because they are not progressive, they're incremental. And by progressive, I mean you don't get slowly
Come on,
better,
little
you
fire.
get better in jumps and leaps. Is that you're stuck at this very, very poor fire lighting. Okay, this has become, and you get stuff like this happening. Like, this is getting kind of ridiculous. This is attempt number 6. So, yeah. We're talking about, if this doesn't light, we're going to be in the, like, multiple thousands of odds of it not lighting by now. Wait, why can't I select it? Why can't I select my fire? So I have no idea what just happened there. My fire lit. Wait, I got burned? How? I can't even interact with it. Jeez. Wait, what? Oh, for... So this is called many things going wrong at once. So my fire is accidentally on the transition zone between the cave and the outside. So as a consequence of that, I can't really do much of anything. So it's like, oh, for crying aloud.
I just need to close my eyes.
I wonder why it says condition minus 25%. Let's add one of our pieces of coal. I'm surprised I was actually allowed to build a fire here, considering that I can't really interact with it at all. Yeah, so let's make sure we have enough water to get to the top of the mountain and back down. See if we have any. I think we have coffee left too. So let's actually add our. Let's add the rest of our sticks. We'll cook another coffee to replace the one we drank. We'll cook an herbal tea. So I suspect we're going to need it. Okay. So step 1, hot herbal tea. And now we're gonna eat this can of dog food. Smells bad, but probably better than starving. I would say definitely better than starving. Now, I'm actually surprised because because a few updates ago they actually replaced... Wait, we have both. Oh, seriously? What a bug! So, because we only have regular bandages, I can't treat my burns. That's kind of funny, actually. Let's sleep for 4 hours. That should give us back to proper condition. Nope. Sleep for another 3 hours. You see what I mean? I'm going to be sleeping for effectively 7 hours straight. And I've barely gotten any energy back. Ah well. Dealing with the new mechanics. Now how the heck do I...
Ah, starving.
You're fine. You're gonna be freezing soon. Oh, did I trash any of my clothes? No, my clothes are still okay. So yeah, it's that's interesting because in a previous update they got rid of the ability for fires to cause injuries. So apparently fires cause injuries again. I have to remember that for my regular for when I'm not doing challenges. Which is weird because I don't remember that in any of the change notes. I did remember to pick up my bedroll. Good. Good, good, good. Now our plan here is quite simple. Get up to the next cave, and that's where we're going to call it a day, or a night. So quiet and serene right now. I really had to play a Pilgrim game just so I can appreciate the ambience without having the constant threat of death. Keep discovering new areas. So yeah, I don't quite know what I'm going to do because I have no flares, so I'm really hoping I can find a flare here. It's a torch. Food? I'll take it. I'll forge my own sticks. I'll leave those there as emergency cache. Beautiful. Like, it's a very pretty game. Yeah. I think my next full playthrough is just going to be on Pilgrim. Because it is such a beautiful, beautiful game. And it'd be nice to play it without, having to constantly defend myself from wolf attacks. It's like just wandering around in the night in northern Canada, appreciating the softly falling snow as the wind rustles through the trees.
I will die if I don't get food soon.
You're fine. Let's see, I need at least 4 or 5 sticks before I light my next fire. Need about 6 sticks to get a fire hot enough to light a piece of coal. And by hot enough, I mean burn long enough. We're chilled. We're winded. Bad things happening. Now the question is it worth it for me to... Because as I go around this corner, I'm going to find a deer. So is it worth it for me to harvest this deer carcass? So I think what I'll want to do... It's going to be so darn cold though. So what I would want to do is light a fire near the carcass, which is inexplicably missing. Interesting. There's usually deer carcass here. Oh, okay. Well, so much for easy food. Okay, now it's getting cold. Tends to get really cold right before dawn. So I was hoping to do this, finish, and then come back after after it warms up a bit. Okay, one shot. We don't really have a choice. You can do it! Because we're dead otherwise. This is how you can tell it's a game. It's like, oh, there's a terrible storm coming. I need a stockpile of supplies. I'm gonna go mountain climbing! Like, don't get me wrong, it makes for a very fun game. Okay, we're not at risk for hypothermia, so we got to hustle, put this rope down, then retreat inside. So yeah, I realized, shoot, am I on the wrong side of these rocks? I'm on the wrong side of these rocks. Whoops. Gotta pay more attention when you're running blindly through the bush.
Damn. Freezing.
Oh, I guess it didn't really matter. We might actually wind up lighting our cedar. Yeah, we'll see what the temperature is when we get to the cave. And if the temperature is not bad, then we'll stay there. If the temperature is still bad, then we'll go down to the actual cave. Retreat. Yeah, we kind of gotta get indoors. We're in not good shape right now. That's kind of funny though. It's like, oh, it's -10. We're fine. Game time advances by an hour. It's -20. Uh-oh. So yeah, if we get hypothermia, that's not going to be good for our challenge. Now the thing is, because I moved that rope,
I don't rest soon, I'm gonna faint.
we're now basically locking ourselves into this being our route if we have to come back up. So yeah, we're gonna have to go back inside that other cave.
I need something to eat.
You're fine. Ooh, is that a stick? Nope, that's a piece of scenery. Must get indoors. Because we have all manner of health problems right now. Salvation. Okay, so we're above 0. We have our bedroll. Let's see, that is sufficiently low in condition that I don't mind eating it. Okay. Let's go 5 hours and then this is where I'll call it a night for this gameplay session. And then we'll pick up and see how we do. We should be able to keep going with that much energy. But yeah, thank you for watching. I've been Charlie, this has been The Long Dark. And Long Dark is by Hinterland Studio. I highly recommend you check it out. Have a good night.